building there. You had some pretty good outings in this place, huh?
Yeah, right next door to the locker room for the Rams. But it's, yeah, familiar with the place. But this group that we have is really why we just had a good game. I mean, talk about the 2 turnovers we had in a row there in the first half. Defense stepped up, didn't let them score 2 touchdowns in a row, and that was really the turning point. Came into halftime, offense said if we don't inflict ourselves or hurt ourselves, we'll be all right. So defense came out, stopped them, and then offensive line took over. And that was really the biggest difference there in the second half. Those guys played unbelievable up front, and defense, complimentary football game.
22 to 32 on the ground. That's going to win a few games, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a physical football team. That's what they pride themselves on, is rushing the ball and being physical. And so to flip the script on that is huge for us.
Can you talk about Mike Evans and just his ability to take over a game the way you did with him?
Obviously Mike's always had the game-changing ability within each play, but then, the scramble play where he works all the way across the field. He's the outside receiver on the right side, works all the way across, just trying to keep my eyes downfield, and he's always working, and he makes that play. Obviously makes the catch, but then after the catch is the big difference there. He's just keeps going,
This was the #1 scoring defense in the league, and you guys hung 40 on them, and you did it running the football or throwing it pretty much at will. Scored almost every possession in the second half. So what does it say about where you guys are at in terms of it as a team and as an offense especially?
Just trying to continue to get better and better on offense. Obviously, would love to not be able to turn the ball over. Love to have those back, but for us to continue to move the ball on whoever it is, and just to execute. Obviously, I feel like we had a great plan going into it, and the guys executed. And so, just continue to build that confidence is huge for us at this final stretch of the season.
You had a few milestones today. You're now one of 3 Buccaneers quarterbacks to throw over 30 or more touchdowns this season. I believe this is your first time getting 30 or more as well. How good does that feel?
Guys are making plays, man. We'll take touchdowns anyway, but yeah, guys are making plays. There's a few wide open touchdowns today that obviously I can credit the scheme for that, and then obviously just players making plays. Mike had a couple of those, and Rashad on the screen pass against zero blitz. It's credit to all those guys up front, and the guys making plays.
Baker, you've been on some offenses with some good rushing attacks, but with these receivers, when you can put up 400 total and 150 on the ground, how unpredictable with that balance does that make you guys?
I can only imagine for a defensive coordinator what it's like to scheme against us, because the personnel changes. We get into 13 personnel, 21, 11. It's just how do you defend that? And we have a lot of plays off of plays in the same formations, so it's tough to defend that. And it just comes down to our guys knowing the plan and executing it. But we just got to keep rolling.
During the streak, so what stands out to you the most? Why you guys have been able to get hot here at this time of the year, and what you can carry over into the rest?
Complete team complementary football. Special teams was a huge part today. Chase was obviously 100%. Defense stepping up in a huge way when we weren't hitting our stride yet, and just that's what it's all about, is team football. And football is the greatest team sport in the world. So our team, grasps that and understands that we have to play together. So it's obviously at this time of the year that's the most important part.
With Rashad's fumble, your second turnover in a row, for the defense to get a 3 and out
Yep.
there, how big was that?
That's huge. For them to step up when we obviously weren't having any success. Rashad's going for extra effort. He's just got to be careful, but he had the first down, just trying to reach out to ensure it. One of those that he wants back. He knows that, but for them to step up in that way, so that we can go into halftime still having a 1-score ball game, is huge.
Much did Bucky's long run there to set up the field goal to help as far as keeping the throttle down and the pressure on?
Absolutely. At that point, just trying to continue to improve the lead. But like I said, those guys up front imposing their will in the second half was huge for us.
We talked about it before, but going against the #1 scoring defense in the league, Liam Cohen's game plan, like you mentioned, getting guys open.
Yeah.
How confident does it make you just going into all these games, knowing that you can face a tough defense, and with the complete football you guys played with his game plan, you can put up some points?
Yeah, that's the best part about it is the game plan's great when we go into it. We all feel good about it, but the way he communicates, the way our whole staff communicates, what we're trying to get done, what we're trying to attack, the different looks, and so that just gets everybody on the same page, and that's the best part about it. When you're on the same page, all 11 are on the same page, good things are going to happen.
Mike's first touchdown, he stems it. He's got single coverage. Just his ability to get open. Describe that play.
Yeah, I mean, was it his first one or second one? I can't remember.
Out and then cut back.
Yeah, rolled into a. I mean, they have a 3 safety defense. Derwin's playing the middle of the field. They're basically playing a Tampa 2 invert. So the 2 high safeties are rolling down. Derwin's going back to the middle, and so when they do that, Mike's got leverage on that route. So and he understands that. He knows how to win on leverage in certain routes, and so just the timing of that and guys protected, just bought some time in the pocket and gave him a ball to catch, and he's going to win.
Why are you so good on the scramble drills? Why do you guys have that together?
Mike works his tail off. He's always trying to get open, always trying to get the ball, which is what you want in a guy. But it's not the ego part about it. It's a part of when it's not going to be a pretty 3-step, 5-step drop and ball out on time every single play. So he understands that things are going to happen. He's got to work wherever direction I'm going, and he did that.
Does it feel good to be a little under the radar at this time of the year? Because you guys certainly look like you're playoff ready, especially the style you're playing.
Yeah, I mean we're still. I mean playoffs are down the road for us. We still have to take it one game at a time, and that's the mentality that we have, and that's why you see guys executing and playing like we've been in playoff mode for a few weeks now, and that's the mentality we have to have. But control our own destiny at this point, one game at a time.
When you were in that locker room 2 years ago, could you have imagined being on a run of success like you've had the past couple of years?
Yeah, I've always had self-confidence. I mean, obviously there were ups and downs. That's just the journey of the NFL career, and just wanted to get in the right spot. And Tampa's been home for me from the jump. So yeah, I trust these guys and trust this group.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.